Hi, in this video I'll be showing you this. It's the Samsung VS15T7031 Cordless Vacuum Cleaner. And what I want to do today is to show you around the vacuum cleaner and some of the features and benefits that it offers. So I've got it charged up, let's have a look. So to start off with, I will actually detach this top part to show you it, it's just a little bit easier. And to do that, to take it apart, all you do is you just press the button here and that comes apart like that. So let's just pop that to the side for a moment. So a little bit about the vacuum cleaner. So this particular vacuum has a maximum run time of up to 40 minutes. Of course that does depend on the suction that you've got on at the time. If you're on the minimum suction and if you were just using the tools, which I'll show you in a bit, then the 40 minutes is quite achievable. If you are using the main floor head and if you're using on maximum suction, then clearly you're not going to get the 40 minutes. But it is really a case of trial and error to see how long you get as to the suction that you can actually use. At the time I've made this video, this is really the first generation of cordless vacuum cleaners that Samsung have made, especially within the UK. So it's a little bit into the unknown as to how well it will go for them. They are quite late to the market. To be fair, some of their competitors, Bosch, well, Dyson have been at it for years, but Bosch as a main competitor, especially within the appliance market, then they've been making cordless vacuums for a long time. So products like this will always get compared to Dyson. They have been the market leader for some time. But the kind of layout is pretty standard, where you've got the bin and the motor at the top. This is very Dyson-esque. This is what they do. The main difference is that on a Dyson product you've always got the trigger in the middle here. So when you've got your hand here, you have to hold your finger on the trigger to keep it active. Now that's something that Dyson claim can increase the runtime. For some people they don't like that. So if you suffer with your hands, say if you have arthritis, then it can be quite difficult to do. So what Samsung have decided to do is that this is just the handle. I must say it's quite a nice easy grip handle, and the on and off button is just on the top here. So I'll just show you this. So you've got a really nice LED display here, and what you've got is you've got three settings. So you've got the maximum, mid and then min. There is something called wet, and I will explain about that later. But you have got the, as I say, the on and off button here, and you've got the plus and minus, and that will increase or decrease the suction. So each time you turn it on, it will come on to the mid, which I always think is a great idea. And then if you do really need the extra suction, then press the plus. But if you're on a hard floor or something like tiles or laminate flooring, then just press the minus button. And the main advantage of doing that, of reducing the suction, I did mention about the runtime earlier, that the maximum runtime is 40 minutes. If you can try to use the minimum suction rather than always going to the maximum, then you will find that the runtime of the battery will be a lot better. Because there's nothing more annoying than when you vacuum in the house and then you realise you run out of charge. Because most of these vacuums and most cordless vacuums do take around 3 or 4 hours to fully charge. Clearly the model I'm showing you today only comes with one floor head. Most of the time that is more than enough for the majority of people. Some people do want other floor heads and other accessories to go with it as well. Just have a look out for the other models. I will post a link with some of the other models that are available. But for now, the main floor head, that's the one it comes with. The other tools it comes with, this is a pretty standard tool. This is called the combination tool, and this is a brush and an upholstery tool in one. So you've got the soft bristles here, and all you do is you just press that button on the top, that goes down, and then you've got the mini upholstery tool. And the next tool it comes with is this. This is called an extendable crevice tool, and that will extend out like that. So it can be quite useful. I do like this design. Dyson have tried the flexible crevice tool. To be fair, it's a good concept where it does rotate, it does move. So if you're doing down the side of a car seat, then it can be good. Unfortunately, as soon as you've got the pinch point at where it bends, then clearly you're going to lose the suction there. But Samsung have decided to go for this. This is the extendable crevice tool, and that can just go back in. I do like this design because for the majority of the time you wouldn't need to extend it, but if you are going down, say, the side of a sofa, then by using that can really help. And you will find that any of these tools, they just clip on at the bottom, so they just clip on like that. So although these are the two main accessories that come with it, I did mention earlier that on the display panel itself it's got something called wet, and what that means, it doesn't mean it's a wet and dry vacuum. I'd hate for people to think that they can actually use it to suck up any water. Personally, I'm not really sure that Samsung should have labelled it as that, because I think they will get problems in the future. But what it means is that there is a separate accessory that doesn't come with this vacuum but is available on other models. And what this accessory will do is they are two pads, and what you do is you actually wet the pads and then they will rotate on the floor. So it won't suck up anything when using the wet function, and that's why it doesn't come with this model. But what it will do is it can help to clean the floor. So essentially it is like a floor cleaner or scrubber, but it isn't designed to suck up at the same time. So if you just wanted to use the vacuum as a handheld, then that's nice and easy. You can also find that you could use the vacuum, so if you wanted to put the wand in at the top here, then you can use that as well. You can put the tools in at the end, so that's really good. So if you wanted to get, say, cobwebs up from the corner, then it's nice you've got the flexibility. So clearly at some point, being a cordless vacuum, you are going to need to charge it, and different brands have different ideas on how to charge the vacuums. Most brands, I suppose, like Dyson, I keep mentioning Dyson because they are the market leader, and that's really what these will get compared to. So with Dyson, they have a wall bracket, and what you will do is when it's on the wall, you put the charger within it, and then as soon as you put the vacuum onto there, it's charging and it's stored out of the way. So Samsung have come up with the same idea. So this is the wall bracket that the vacuum will sit in. So to charge it, all you will need to do is just put that within it, and that will charge. So clearly, I'll show you the charger in a moment, but that will charge, and that has a huge advantage because when it comes to storing it, there's nothing more annoying than having it just leaning up against a wall, because these things can get damaged quite easily if they do fall over. So pop it on the wall, put the charger in, and away you go. For some people, they don't want to put it on the wall. Some people haven't got the space, or if you haven't got a main socket near to a spare wall, then you could find that you'd struggle with that. So what Samsung have done is they have thought of this. So we are finding that quite a few manufacturers are going towards having the battery separate to the vacuum, and what I mean by that is that if you press the button here, then the battery itself can easily come off. Now this has a huge advantage. On some of the Bosch cordless vacuum, the Athlete range, as good as they are, we've sold thousands over the years, but the main disadvantage is that the battery is within the vacuum. They're very expensive to replace. So what quite a few brands are doing is going towards this kind of design, where you've got the battery separate, and what you can find is that this can just sit within the charger. So that'll just sit in there like that. This is a tool caddy, so if you've got it mounted on the wall, then you can pop a couple of tools underneath, so things like that. Let's get it, that's right. So you've got space for two tools on there, so that's a very good design. But just take that off. But there are two ways of charging, so if you don't want it on the wall, then you can just twist that up, that clicks into place, and that can sit on a desk. Now I must say, I think that's a brilliant idea, because it's covering the different bases of, some people want to have it on the wall, some people don't, some people want to charge it, say on a separate table or worktop, then you've got that as an option. And the charger itself, so the charger, you do need to plug into this, so it just plugs in round the corner here. But this is just a standard charger that plugs into any main socket. So again, brilliant design, and it does come with some of the raw plugs as well, so if you are putting it on the wall, then at least you've got those as well. The other advantage of having the battery separate is that if you do need to replace it, then you're not writing off the whole vacuum cleaner like some other brands. You can just replace the battery, and this is something that Samsung should have themselves, so just go onto the Samsung website if you do need a spare battery. So I'll just quickly show you the vacuum in action. So normally this carpet is really difficult to vacuum on. Basically it's our work carpet, and it's really wiry, so it does hold on to a lot of the food. And I mean, this is a rice test that I normally do with cordless vacuums. I know it did push it forward a little bit to start with, but I'm really impressed with how it got stuck in the end. So if you are thinking of buying one of these cordless vacuums, then I've provided a link below to show you where to get one at a competitive price. I hope you enjoyed this quick video on the Samsung VS15T7031 cordless vacuum. Please give us a thumbs up, click subscribe on our YouTube channel, and leave any comments below. I'd always ask for comments, whether it's good or bad, about the video itself, or also about the vacuum. If you've got any questions on the vacuum, if you're thinking of buying one and you're not too sure about it, then just pop it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Also, if you have got one of these, if you have got a Samsung cordless vacuum, then let me know what you think about it, because I'd always appreciate the feedback. Thanks for watching.